Coming to you live from the JRE Tobacco Aladino Mobile Studios, it's the Cigar Pulpit.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another sermon from the Cigar Pulpit. I'm the Bishop of the Burn, Nick, and with me, as always,
Gator.
What were you just throwing?
Your barbecue sauce you're going to shoot later on the show?
I'm not shooting barbecue sauce.
Shot.
You were
shot,
gonna do
shot,
it.
shot.
You're going to do it.
I'm not drinking that.
You said you were going to.
Not a savage. If it was hot sauce, baby.
Ah.
Tell you what, I'll go get a shot of hot sauce, and you shoot that, I'll shoot a shot of hot sauce.
It's tempting, actually.
The offer's
Because
on
I'm
the
shooting
table.
honey barbecue. I would like to be, is it like hot, or is it just like, it's in name only hot sauce?
Louisiana hot sauce.
So it's in name only hot sauce.
Well, it's hot sauce. I mean, it's not like some, Viper pepper bullshit, but yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. Well,
It's not the Reaper or whatever
temptation
that
is there, but we'll see. So, anyway, coming at you from the JRE Tobacco Aladino Mobile Studios on the back deck of Jeff's ex-wife's house.
That's right.
Because, it's the way it is. It's the way it is.
You get free labor from me and then bitch about it. I just want to point that out.
Anyway. So today, what are we smoking, Jeff?
We are smoking cigars.
Well,
you want a little more detail?
Elaborate.
Okay.
Because this is like a you show.
It is a me show.
This is kind of a you show.
We are doing cigars from Indio Cigar Company. It's in Charleston, Illinois. It's a little small mom and pop shop up in Charleston, Illinois, where Eastern Illinois University is. Mm-hmm. And I've been up there twice over the last weekend. And, as a small business owner, my heart's with other small business owners. You're in the same boat.
For sure.
Yeah. And that being said, I wanted to come on and just kind of talk about, what he does with his shop and some of the struggles he's going through and whatnot.
He's the only listed, at least when I saw, I think Cigar Aficionado put out an article listing all of the cigar factories in the United States.
Yeah.
Even though he's a one-man show, he's the only, listed operational cigar factory.
That is true.
In Illinois.
That is true.
So,
Yep, that is the God's honest truth.
Kind of cool.
He is, I'm going to switch up the ashtrays here. But no, he's actually a really nice guy. I've got to know him over the years. Our mutual friend, Dave Porter, is the one that introduced me to the shop.
Okay.
And I have been going there 7-8 years now. I think he's been open maybe close to 15, somewhere in that range. He may say that. I've got an interview that we're going to plug in later, and I think he may even talk about that in the interview.
Very cool. Well, what are we smoking then?
So, I grabbed a couple of his sticks that he makes there in his shop. You have two choices.
Okay.
So you can pick between those two.
What are these two? They're very colorful. So I have an Ecuador Habano wrapper, and then I have a Rio Maduro wrapper. I like the pretty bands with the birds and the colors.
He's updated these in the last couple of years. And then I'm going to be smoking the Connecticut Reserve for those watching on the YouTubes. I'm showing it off there.
I'm going to go with the Habano.
Okay.
I'm going to do that.
Now, after we do the cut and light and everything, I'll go into a little more about him, and then we'll move into the rest of our weekend.
Okay.
You want mine in there, too?
Yeah, I was saying, let's do that.
Nick's, for those of you not watching, Nick is taking the promotional photo.
Well, yeah, you got to have the... Oh, damn it,
I knocked
Jeff.
the cigar down.
You slapped my stick away there.
It's not the first time that's happened.
Shut up. Actually, it is.
Like, why do you keep shoving your stick at me?
Dear God.
You have to slap it away.
Dear God.
It's really disturbing. I had to do it a second time.
Okay. What?
Nothing.
God damn it. Anyway. All right. So, yeah, it's time that we go ahead and prep the cigars. And it's time to cut the cigar. And the official cutting is brought to us by
Dan the Man Ponder.
Over there at Riverman Cigar Company.
Another small business owner.
I spent some time over there at Riverman on Friday. Kind of killing the day. I had some stuff going, but I just kind of was like,
I haven't had one of those days to just sit and kill in a while. I need that.
Just relax. So I got my work done in the morning. Got the episode out by noon. appreciate everybody being patient on the delay.
Take me out
shut up,
to
Jeff.
the ball game.
So anyway,
I didn't know you were such a big baseball fan.
I'm really not.
You seem to be.
So I got the episode out, and then I went and hung out over at Dan's. Had a nice day hanging out at Dan's. Watched the Blues game that night. That was a little more unfortunate.
Why did you do that? Because you're a cooler.
Well, okay.
I'm so mad at you.
When I say I watched it, it was on. I was there.
That's all it took. They lost,
but
and they're
everybody
out.
can check my Instagram. I was sitting and I was reading comics on my iPad.
Bullshit. You put up a thing watching the Blues game. I read the post.
And you know what? They were winning at the time that I was watching it. But then in the last, period, I started reading. I was reading a Captain America comic, in fact, when I looked up and I was like, oh, they lost. When did they score again? So, yeah, I didn't know.
My daughter actually broke down crying.
That is not my fault.
She is.
That is not my fault.
Well,
I want it for the record.
I'll tell you what happened on our end. And nobody tell Kristen. Okay.
Oh, yeah, this is good.
Yeah. So
nobody tell Kristen on the podcast, listened to by hundreds and hundreds. That she listens to.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
So we're sitting on the couch, and she made some comment about going to overtime, and I said, well, unless something horrendous happens. And she goes, oh, why are you always so negative? And within the 9 seconds it took to have that conversation, the Avalanche scored the winning goal.
Yeah.
With 5.6 seconds left.
See,
and we were just like, and Addie is sitting in the chair next to us on the couch, and she goes, Mom! And hits the floor and just proceeds to start bawling because her beloved Blues have lost.
Well, and
she blamed her mom for it.
It is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Well, then
one thing had nothing to do with the other.
I don't want to hear it that I'm a cooler then.
You are a cooler.
Because I don't think I had anything to do with it. I think it was jinxed elsewhere.
I was going to say, that's not the only thing you've cooled this week. But we'll get into that in a little bit.
What else have I cooled this week?
Oh, no, I'll remind you.
Oh, I don't know if I like this.
You have waited so long, I've already cut my cigar into a cross cut, by the way. Just waiting on you to do Dan's ad, and you're just lollygagging.
Anyway, the point is, guys, Dan Ponder over there at Riverman Cigar Company, he's got a lot of
where you were, didn't you?
A lot of really good cigars. He's got that El Del Rey Mundo. It's the new one from AJ Fernandez.
Mundo.
He's got the new one from AJ Fernandez in. He's got still got plenty of Yagua. You can reach out to him for that.
People have been going nuts.
Yagua.
I've only seen one
Yagua.
person.
Yagua.
It's not Yagua, which is what we called it for 2 years. But I've only seen one person say, hey, it was okay. I just don't get the hype. But everybody else is just all in. I want you to show everybody on camera right now what you're doing with your thumb. Lift that arm up. That's how you lose a thumb.
I'm not shutting my cutter.
What if that thing trips on its own?
It's open. The spring. This is the sprung open position.
You literally have your thumb in a guillotine.
Look, Jeff, this cannot spring shut on its own.
If you fell and hit the ground,
I'm sitting down.
Finger'd come right off.
No.
Anyway, Dan the Man Ponder, Riverman Cigar Company.
Crestwood, Missouri. He does mail order. Give him a call.
He's got great cigars.
And we've just given him a shitty ad. So anyway, it's time.
But we love you, Dan.
That I go ahead and cut the cigars.
Okay.
So, all right. Because, Jeff's a premature cutter, so I'm going to cut mine. Oh, my God.
Do.
Took off the little cap there. What would you say this is? Toro? Double Corona?
I would say...
I don't think it's a 50. Is it a 50?
You know what? I should have asked him what size his presses are.
Okay.
And I didn't.
It doesn't.
I would say it's 48
matter.
to 50.
It doesn't.
Not a 52. I don't think it's that big.
All right.
I would say a double Corona.
All right. Well, cold draw time.
Okay.
There's a sweetness and a hay on the Ecuador Habano. I don't know what you're getting.
I'm getting the same thing. Now I learned.
Okay.
Well, okay. Now I learned this.
Okay.
His fillers for all the cigars are pretty standard. It's the wrappers that change.
Okay.
So we're going to have some of those same notes. Oh, you didn't do the cold retro.
I don't do that shit.
Yeah, the hay's really pronounced.
Yeah.
Not it's more of a straw, like a straw taste. Yeah, it's really good.
Burn my finger.
Lighter with a full... There we go. Full thing of butane. It won't click on. I have the worst trouble with lighters.
For sure.
The worst.
Okay.
So, a little more about Indigo.
So we got this going.
Or, I'm sorry, Indio. I keep wanting to call it Indigo,
You
but
do.
it's Indio
It's
Cigar
Indio.
Company. Indio. Indio in Charleston, Illinois.
It's like Christopher Columbus was going to the West Indies. It's the Indio.
The Indio.
Indio.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, that being said, one of the really cool things that he does, and we don't talk about this in the interview, this didn't come up till after. And I knew he did this, and I should have prompted him for it, but, you know, when you're sitting talking to somebody, you always miss something.
Not if you're a good interviewer with notes.
Fuck off. So, he actually goes to a lot of events. That's where he makes a good portion of his proceeds for his business. Isn't just walk-in customers there at the store.
Yeah.
You know, like me. It's doing weddings and golf, you know, like scrambles and things like that. He will go to those events and roll cigars at the events for the people in attendance.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And he does a lot of weddings, apparently. That must be a real big thing for him.
Okay.
But he's even, he said he's got one coming up down by St. Louis. So people from all
that's cool.
over hire him to come and roll at their events.
Yeah, he's not that far.
Now,
So he could totally do that.
Now, I'll be honest. I asked him, I said, and I hope he doesn't mind me saying this, but I'm like, hey, how do you get around that whole, like, selling cigar? He goes, no, we don't sell anything off premises. And he said, we sell everything here. So you buy
Everything at his
500
shop.
cigars or whatever.
I see.
Yes, you buy them there, and then he just comes out and hands them out.
and makes them and hands
distributes
them
them,
out
yeah.
I
But
see.
he is not selling them. Like, if somebody came up and said, hey, I want to buy 5 extra cigars, he's not doing that. He's just selling them at his store.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I am having to... I'm going to have to take my band off.
How are you?
Yeah. My lips are sticking to it.
Okay, I noticed that.
Like really
Yes.
badly
Yes.
sticking to it.
And I think that's just the
ink on the
yeah.
paper. Yeah.
or the coating.
Because it is a very thick... It's almost like photo paper.
Mm-hmm.
It's really... Yeah, it's very thick paper.
Yeah, mine's up far enough
and
that I'm not, but I
everything else,
noticed that on when I spoke
All right,
the other
good.
day.
I just-
So you weren't.
I'm not
you're
crazy.
alone. No.
Okay, that's good. I was worried that I was like, what do I have on my lips that's causing this? But
So
okay.
how's it taste so far?
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's fun to sit in there and talk to him while he's
It's
sitting
smoking
rolling.
good.
Yeah,
I mean, it's smoking well. It's smoking well. That's
Yeah.
smoking good. That was improper English on my
smoking
part.
well.
It's smoking well. It's smoking very well. So, anyway, you were up there for the state track meet.
We should do a retro hail first.
Okay. We can do that.
I'm still getting hay even on the smoke. Oh,
It's a hint of pepper to the retro. The hay is there, but there's a hint of
Yeah.
pepper to the retro.
it's really good.
Yeah.
I've liked his cigars for a long time.
Yeah, you
and
know
I wanted
what?
a chance
I mean-
to highlight him on the show.
Does he do mail order?
No,
You
he
know?
doesn't do mail order. But if you're going to Charleston or if you're having an event in the Midwest, you know, for the right money, you know, he'll come out and do your event and roll cigars for
How
it
many
and
people
stuff.
are going to Charleston these days?
You know, with Eastern
I know
Illinois
there's the
University,
college.
yeah, you've got Eastern there and stuff, and there's a lot of things around it.
I
If
mean, I
you're-
guess it's one of those things. If you're in Chicago and maybe you're coming south for some reason, deviate your course a little bit.
it's like
head
6
on,
miles
swing
off
on over
57.
to Charleston. If you're maybe coming from Indianapolis to St. Louis,
Yep.
maybe you could deviate up to Charleston and then down to St. Louis.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's ways to make that happen, I guess.
Yeah, he's in between what I guess Effingham and is it Champaign?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're on 57. So, anyway. So, I was up covering the state track meet.
At least he's not by
Which-
Danville.
What's wrong with Danville?
It's the armpit of Illinois.
Well, now we've just offended both listeners in Danville.
I'm not a Danville fan. It's the armpit of Illinois.
Really?
Oh, God, yeah.
Really? I've never been.
People from Danville don't want to be in Danville.
Is it kind of your Rio Linda for, Rush?
What?
Wasn't it Rio Linda, California that Rush always picked on?
Oh, I have no idea. But yeah, I'll pick on it. That's fine. It's the armpit of Illinois.
Okay, then. Sorry, Danville. Chamber of Commerce.
Sorry, Danville.
Anyway.
The pulpit's hating on you.
Yeah, why did we turn our guns on Danville of all people?
You can call up Gurkha and figure out what that does to you when the pulpit starts hating on you.
Oh my God. Anyway.
You know? Gurkha's a shit. I don't care what.
That's all we need is the cease and desist from Gurkha and now Danville.
And the Danville Chamber of Commerce. All 4 businesses because the rest shut
Danville
down.
mayor is going to address us at the next council meeting.
Exactly. I'd like that. I would like to be dressed
awesome,
down by
actually.
the Danville mayor, actually. Just be like, these 2 jackasses on their podcast were making fun of our town. We're not the armpit. We're the stinky crotch of Illinois. Get it right, you know? Anyway.
Why did he all of a sudden become the mayor from The Simpsons?
No, that's more of a Kennedy thing.
That's kind of what I thought you were going for.
No, I was doing old man. Hey, it's Mayor Danville. He's being an
Now,
old
that's
man.
a whole different voice than you were just doing.
It was close.
It was nowhere near.
It was close.
No.
No, if I were...
The Grandpa Simpson.
Similar-ish is what I... Yeah, exactly.
Matlock.
Exactly. Back in my day, we tied an onion on our belt because that was the style at the time. Really fucking slap happy. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I am still on I'm on sleep, but I haven't caught up sleep.
Speaking of you being the cooler, tell us what you did this weekend.
I went and saw the Indy 500 with my dad and my uncle.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was a good day. I mean, we got out. My uncle picked me up. We drove out there on Saturday. We had dinner Saturday night, sat out in the driveway with my dad and had a cigar, which I'll discuss in a little bit. Then Sunday, we got up.
Sunday.
I was up at 5 a.m.
Oh, dear God. I don't know if I went to bed till 5
a.m. Eastern time, which means 4 a.m. on the time that I was...
I may have still been up
My
here.
internal clock was set for 4 a.m. when I woke up.
Oh,
so that was
God,
gross.
that just sounds miserable.
So I got up at 5, went and had breakfast at the IHOP. That's what we do. That's what we do. We go.
No,
we meet up.
Your dad is a big fan of the IHOP.
We went to the IHOP and had breakfast. There was that. And then let me tell you, the service at the IHOP, it's lacking somewhat. It's lacking.
Leaves something to be desired, does it?
A little bit. And then so we left the IHOP and proceeded to start to make our way to the track. Now, we had to make our way to the track early this year because this is the first Indy 500 with full attendance allowed since 2019. And this is weird. For some reason, even though nothing special about it was the 106th running, so it's not like it was an anniversary running. Yeah. There was nothing special about this race.
Okay.
Everybody and their brother freaking had to be there. It was kind of one of those things of because they couldn't do it last year and the year before, they just...
By God, we're going now.
They were going now.
Yeah.
And so the track itself, at least online, says that it has a capacity of about, I think, 300 to 350,000 people. Somewhere in that range is the estimate. The news is reporting that it's estimated. They never release full attendance records.
Why is that?
I don't know, but they don't.
That's weird.
And so, but the estimation was that this year the crowd size was going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of about 290 to 295,000 people.
Oh, wow.
So, needless to say, we were like, we need to get there early so that we can, get to the seats, right?
Yeah.
Time it out so that we show everybody what you just did to that cigar.
What?
You just murdered that cigar. Admittedly,
I had a touch-up.
It's windy. Okay,
it is windy out here.
And that's what's causing a slight
But I had a little touch-up.
burn
now, yours
issue.
is burning
for you.
okay.
Mine's burning just fine, but that's because I'm keeping it low and tight to the table. You were just all up and about. And so you had a little bit of a burn issue.
I did.
You just decided to set fire to yours.
I did not.
And so
just
anyway.
give it a second. It'll be just fine.
Yeah, Show everybody just what it's.
No.
Yeah. No. And now you're even puffing off screen so people can't even see it. Oh, my God. Anyway, so we get to the track early, and I personally did. Parking was fine. You know, we got parked. We walked to the car, or walked to the seats.
Yeah.
We got underneath the grandstands by like 9:15.
That's not bad.
No, it was fine. I mean, in fact, to be honest, we were early. Normally, we're under the grandstands by a little bit after 10, and because then at 10 o'clock is when the bagpipe band typically rolls through the area that we're.
We don't want to fucking miss that.
Don't tell my dad that. He was there. He was ready for it. And you know what didn't come walking through this time? The bagpipe band. And he was pissed.
Wait, what?
They didn't do it.
They ghosted?
They escorted the trophy into the track, and they didn't come walking down the area with us. So, yeah.
Why is there a bagpipe band?
We missed the bagpipers. And so...
But why is that a thing?
Dude, there's so much pomp and circumstance at the Indy 500... You can't question anything. I mean, it's just like, it's like any sort of like pomp and circumstance you can imagine you could throw into the mix. They do. It's crazy.
Okay.
There's like high school marching bands. There's the pomp. There's the bagpipe people. There's military in full uniform walking all over the place because at some point before the race starts, that's when they do the military parade on the track.
Are they in their dress stuff or the utilities?
Dress.
Okay.
And
that could get really hot.
No joke. I mean, so that's the other thing. It was a high of 84 that day,
which is good.
But in the morning, it was really nice. It was great. So we finally make our way up to the seats. It's probably 10:15, 10:30. We make our way up to the seats, and the race starts at 12:45. So now we have 2.5 hours to sit there.
Now, I noticed something in the video you posted.
Yes.
That I was unaware of. There are actually stands on both sides of the track.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the seats,
I had no idea.
The seats that we get every year are actually on the infield facing the track from the inside out.
Yeah.
You know? And we like those. So we're on the same side. We're just down the way from the big scoring pagoda.
Oh, okay. I'm used to like Gateway and other tracks. I'm not used to having two sets of stands.
This is a 2.5 mile long, track.
Yeah, that's a lot. I'm not used to that.
This is a lot of space, and so we're on that side, and anyway, so we're there. We're there for all the pop, everything. I mean, you got the people singing "God Bless America," and that's
it's not Jim Nabors anymore, right?
No, he's dead.
Uh-huh.
He sung
Indiana.
Back Home in Indiana.
Yeah.
Back Home Again in Indiana. Right. And I posted that video to my personal Instagram and Facebook.
Now, do they still have him on video doing it, or is it just somebody else?
It's a totally new guy.
Okay.
And he's doing fantastic with it. And what was so cool is the whole crowd joined in and sung it with him this year. But then they had the Thunderbirds there, and the Thunderbirds did a flyover. They did two flyovers, actually. They did the one at the end of the national anthem.
Yeah.
And they came over us, and that was awesome.
So they coordinated a second flyover?
The second flyover was at the end of Back Home Again in Indiana.
Do you have any idea what it takes to coordinate one of those, let alone two?
Yeah. They coordinated two of them back to back.
Yeah.
And it was free, 10 minutes apart.
And it was the Thunderbirds?
Thunderbirds.
Go Air Force.
10 minutes apart. And then what was so cool is after the second one, from my seat where I was positioned, I could look up in the sky and I could see that past the track over the town, because it's in Speedway, Indiana. That's the name of the town. So over the town of Speedway, the Thunderbirds are out there just doing shit in the sky. They're just playing. They're just goofing around and playing around and doing stuff. And so I'm hitting my dad. I'm like, hey, look. And there's the Thunderbirds just doing
loop-de-loops
tricks just out above the town, just having a good old time on a gorgeous Sunday. It was really cool.
That's awesome.
But and it's one of those things. I was talking to my dad. There's a lot of F1 drivers and a lot of various other kind of drivers, foreign drivers, that are coming into IndyCar. And it's bringing a lot of foreign fans that are following these drivers into the race or the sport and like watching these things. And they're fascinated by it because, I mean, shit, these cars were going like 240 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, that's way faster than NASCAR goes. It's way different than F1 because like F1, these cars have power steering and whatever else. It's like IndyCar, none of that, man. There's no power steering. It's
just a rolling coffin.
Just a rocket,
Yeah.
It's like it gets more stable the faster they go, and that kind of thing. But one of the things that these foreign people are apparently saying, online and, in comments and messages and all that is, why are you praying before the race? Why are you, and it's like, well, because, we're praying for the safety of the drivers and blah, 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 and all that and everything. And it's like, well, why are you doing all this? And it's like, whatever. And so everybody apparently leading up to the 500 was prepping all of these like foreign people on the message boards and in the comments. And they're saying, look, you're coming up on the Indy 500. This is going to be a celebration of America. And you're going to see a whole lot of America on display that day. And it's on Memorial Day. And this is what Memorial Day commemorates. Well, it's Memorial Day weekend. It's on Memorial Day weekend. And this is what Memorial Day commemorates. And
so shut the fuck up.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Yeah.
And so it's like, there you go. But it was a good race. It was a good race.
Until you cooled it.
So lap 39, I'm sitting there, and it had been green flag, which means, racers can go full throttle, go. And lap 39 comes around, and I kind of tap my dad, and I'm like, I really hate to say it because I don't want to jinx it, but this has been a really clean race. There hasn't been anything. Right as I say that, yellow flag, and then the first guy, like, skidded off and skidded into the grass, and was out of the race. And it's like, son of a
You said within like 6 seconds.
It was like
3
seconds.
Yeah.
It was like 3 seconds of me saying it. And my dad actually looks at me and goes, you did it.
Yeah.
And like all that. So, yeah, I did.
Not unlike you watching the Blues game and killing
I did not do that to the Blues.
for a second Stanley Cup win.
Your ex-wife did that. Let's clarify.
Here in St. Louis.
Your ex-wife did that.
Well, according to Addie, yes, Kristen did it, but I'm blaming you.
I'm going with Addie.
It may have been the overwhelming mojo of the two of you together. It may have been the perfect storm.
Dude, I was reading Captain America number 251 on my iPad, okay? I don't want to
God, you're a nerd.
I'm being very specific because I want it very well known. Art by John Byrne, written by Roger Stern, I think. I mean, I know what I was doing at that moment, and I looked up and I was like, I didn't realize that they...
of the two, I think I'd admit to killing the Blues chances instead of reading the comic book.
Nope, I'm going to stick to the comic book.
I'm a nerd, okay, and I admit that freely. But I've never been a comic book guy. I've never gotten comic books.
Okay.
It's never been my thing.
I mean, I don't dress up, but I don't
Have you ever?
No.
You've gone to Comic-Cons, though.
I have, but I've never done any of the costuming.
Okay.
But they're nerds too. It's what it is.
Yeah.
It's a whole. It's. No, I'm not going to do that because that's going to be a very inappropriate joke.
Oh God! Now I want to know. What are you going to say?
No,
it's going to be our joke for the week.
No, it's very inappropriate, and I'm not going to do it because.
Were you taking a shot at me?
No, I wasn't going to take a shot at you. I was just going to talk about. I was going to make a comparison between nerddom and something else, and I feel like it's probably really inappropriate, and I'm going to let it go.
Is it racial?
No, it's not racial, but you can remind me later, okay? I don't want to do it.
Is it gender-based?
No, it's not gender-based.
Nick.
It's not racial. It's just, no.
It's on the edge?
Yeah. I don't want to do it, and you're pushing it, and I don't want you to push it. I want to let this go.
I'm lost because I can't imagine what it could be.
So you're puffing away really quick on that cigar. I've still got plenty of mine over here. I'm slow smoking
I am.
it.
I really like his cigars.
Mm-hmm.
Indio Cigar Company, Charleston, Illinois.
Well, you said you got an interview with him. Do
We
you
should
want to
plug that in.
go ahead and plug that in, and we can play that now? And,
Let's do it. Just
go
a couple
from
of
there.
minutes with the owner of the store. So
Okay. Well, you need to send it to me.
I tried.
Okay.
It's too big, so I'm going to have to airdrop it.
Okay.
See if that'll work.
All right. Well, there's a little behind the scenes
It's
for
3 minutes, 30 seconds.
everybody beforehand. So,
Yep.
All right. Well, why don't we go ahead and play the interview here?
There you go.
All right.
Hey guys, so we're here with our good friend Marvin with Indio Cigar Company. And so, Marvin, this is where you usually sit and roll. Kind of tell us about your shop and what you do.
It's just a typical cigar lounge. People come in, smoke. One of the few places left in Illinois you can smoke inside. Very few places in Illinois you can smoke indoors. And I started rolling about 18 years ago down and met a friend down in Mexico. Had a little cigar factory, so I learned to roll from some of his rollers. He gave me some products and some molds and everything. Came up, rolled them in my garage. A few years later, I opened this place up. And we've been here 15 years now.
I'll say I've been coming here for a good portion of that. So I love to come in. I'm smoking one of your sticks right now, and love to come in the shop. What are the different varieties that you roll here yourself?
My main blend is a Nicaraguan Dominican filler with a Dominican binder, and then I just put different wrapper leaves on it. We got the San Andreas leaf, Connecticut, Candela, and a Brazilian Maduro, and a Ecuador Habano.
What's your top seller?
It changes every month.
Does it?
Oh, yeah. There for a while, I couldn't keep those. The Brazilians in stock, I was rolling those like crazy. Now, the Connecticut seem to be going like crazy, so...
That's what I picked up today.
Yeah, so it just varies. I don't know if it's time of year or just different things, but yeah, it varies a lot.
Good deal. And so you're located on the square here in Charleston, Illinois, and just a real nice, quaint little shop. How do folks reach out to you, like on social media?
I really don't do a lot on social media anymore. Actually, I've been kicked off Facebook several times, so I don't...
We've been talking about that a lot with the cigar industry lately.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that, they send me, here, pay this, you get that, put an ad in that.
Yeah.
Tobacco. No, you can't do tobacco. You can't
Exactly.
do tobacco. So that and my political views have kind of been... kicked me off a few times too. So I really don't do a lot. I do have, we have a Facebook site for the shop, and then we do have members here. So I have a members page too on the Facebook.
Oh, perfect.
So that's kind of how we communicate. But for the most part, most members are in my phone. I text everybody if we got something going.
Good deal. And the address and phone number for folks out of the area.
It's 503 7th Street, Charleston, Illinois. We're the home of Eastern Illinois College. If you're looking for that, EIU, about 10 miles from 57.
Yeah, right off the interstate.
Right off the interstate. So yeah, it's a quick trip over here on the interstate.
And the phone number here?
Phone number here is 217-348-1514.
Good stuff. I'm going to pan here and just show everybody the humidor, and got your rollers selection up there on top.
We don't carry a large stock of others because I do like to sell my own more than anything. So,
well, and I hate to say it, when I'm here, I want to get your cigars. So
yeah,
that's perfect.
When I first opened, I was only going to do my cigars, but then people want variety of different things. So we got about 45 facings of different cigars in there. So
good deal. Well, I really do appreciate your time. Thank you much.
You're welcome.
Take care.
You too.
Well, there you go.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I met him once. I was out there once with you, and he was a really nice guy.
He really is.
Yeah, and it was fun to sit and watch him roll the cigars.
He's got a small humidor.
It's a small humidor.
He said he's got 45 facings, which sounds about right. But his lounge is really cool.
Well, and with his facings, obviously he has his stuff in there.
His stuff's what you go in there to buy.
Yeah, he has a limited selection of other stuff, but by and large, it's his stuff.
Well, he talked about, I believe it was in the interview, because I sat and talked to him for a long time, so it may have been outside of the interview, but I think it was in the interview, that initially he had opened the store just to sell his own cigars, but there was enough demand for,
other
some
stuff.
Padron, or I'm sorry, some, like Perdomo, some acid, things like that. So he brought in some extra, other cigars, to kind of
balance it out.
Exactly.
Offer something for everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is what you've got to do as a cigar lounge owner.
Well, and in all fairness, he says that about he was only doing it for his own stuff. That's how Corey Frisbee got started.
You're right.
With Weston.
Yep, you're right.
He started off, and for the first, I don't even know how long, I feel it's a couple years, all he did was just sell his own. And then finally he got in some other stuff, and, he started expanding out. But no, that's, for some of these guys that, that know that trade. I mean, that's how they get it going.
True that.
So,
well, there you go.
Yeah.
So, I think we should do 3 cigars we smoked this week.
Yes, we can.
You want to play the intro?
I
or just jump
will.
into it.
I will, but I'm gonna take a moment to chastise.
Oh no!
I'm gonna take a moment to chastise.
Well, we were just gonna skip it.
We were, but you know
you've
what?
Got to go there.
We got to bring this up.
It's a holiday weekend. Give them a pass,
dude. The last time we did Ask the Boys was last Tuesday. They had multiple days to get their calls into the hotline.
We don't have any calls.
Area code 863 874-0000. Thanks for reaching out, guys. We really appreciate it. It was super nice of you. It's great having calls to be able to bounce off.
There's a ton of interaction we could just talk about on the Cigar Pulpit Parishioners page, but we won't because if you're not on it, you shouldn't know about it. So join.
Mm-hmm. But in this case,
there's been a lot of interaction this last week.
But in this case, the Ask the Boys hotline, crickets. It's been crickets.
Oh, crickets.
So I just want you to all know that I'm not angry. I'm just really, really disappointed.
You seem bitter. I'm not going to lie.
Okay, maybe I'm a little angry. And I'm
bitter.
Really, really disappointed. So, whatever.
Guess what, motherfucker?
Well, it's time for 3 cigars we smoked and enjoyed this week. And, boy, I will freely admit,
you didn't get much smoking in.
Not this weekend. I did get a lot of smoking in on Friday.
Can we talk
I'm gonna have to remember
talk about
that.
something out of the gate here?
Okay.
And I know we've transitioned into 3 cigars that we smoked this week. But
Yeah.
I'm going to call an audible.
Oh God.
Can we talk about your car ride home last night?
Oh, let's wait on that for a minute. Let's do
to another show.
Let's do the 3 cigars we smoked and enjoyed this week.
Okay,
and
we'll
then
circle
we can
back
get to that.
Okay, because I want to talk about this because I think I revel in your pain.
I love my uncle.
I revel in your pain.
I love my uncle, but
I've never met your uncle, but I'm sure he's a lovely gentleman.
And my dad listens to this, so I don't want to make it sound like I'm picking on him because I'm not.
But there's a couple of things. One, you're in his car and you can't smoke. Which is what we do when we drive to Indy. We smoke cigars on the way there.
But okay. But in all fairness, unless I'm in my vehicle, I would not expect to smoke in somebody's vehicle.
You smoke in mine?
Because you're smoking in yours.
But, I mean, maybe you should ask. Maybe I have a problem with you smoking as well.
You don't.
I don't. But
yours and mine are like safe zones.
Yeah.
Anybody else's car?
I was the first person to smoke in your new car.
That's valid, you son of a bitch. No, but like
it was kind of an accident.
Anybody else's vehicle is not fair game, and like I wouldn't even think to ask.
Yeah,
I mean, because my uncle doesn't smoke,
but
so why would it be all right for me to smoke in his vehicle, but not him?
But and that can be forgiven. But why doesn't he turn on the radio? You drive in silence for 3.5 hours each way there.
It's not complete silence. I mean, at some point, I wake up and we have conversation. Admittedly, I was struggling to stay awake. I did my absolute level best. I may have nodded off once or twice, but the simple fact of the matter is, I was up all day. I was outside. The walk from the seats back to the car was like 7 miles, and it was like a freaking Vietnamese death march, dude. It was so fucking hot.
I don't know how you do it, by the way.
It was so hot.
Driving home the same day as the race.
Well,
I could not do that.
And that's something my uncle and I had talked about, ironically, and I feel like 2019. We had actually decided that we were going to stay Sunday night and drive back on Monday.
Yes, which makes perfect sense.
Because I don't feel as though it's safe for the two of us to be driving back Sunday night because he doesn't let me drive his vehicle, which, again, I understand people have, it's their vehicle, they have their vehicle, whatever. I mean, he's not going to share the driving responsibilities. I get that. But at the same time...
Do you at least offer?
I mean, I have before.
Okay.
But, like...
I mean, I don't want him to feel obligated to have to drive.
But, like...
By all means.
Anyway, so
offer.
I know that that's not going to happen. So it's one of those things where, yeah, let's just stay. We'll come back Monday morning and it'll be just fine, right?
Yeah.
But we just don't. We drop off my dad and we immediately hit the road. And it's a long slog of an evening. And
what time did you get in?
About 10:30.
And you got up when again?
If we're sticking with Central Time, I got up at 4.
Good God.
Yeah. So,
that's a day, man.
It's a long day.
So last night, Nick calls and he's like, "Oh, dude, I just got home. I'm dying." And I'm like, "You gonna have a cigar?" "No, I can't even have a cigar. I'm going to bed." I said,
I'm
okay.
just like, I'm going to bed.
And he said, "I'll be over to record at your place at 10 a.m." And as he said it, I'm thinking in my head, well, that's not going to fucking happen.
Yeah.
It didn't.
It was overly ambitious on my part. I have things to do today. And
what time did you get here?
12:30.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to stop and get me some KFC on the way because I knew that we were going to be smoking these. And you had told me in the past.
Yes, that is one thing. And I even mentioned it to the owner of the store there. These will nicotine bomb me now and then.
Beautiful beverage from KFC.
I have my beautiful.
If you need chicken, get chicken right at KFC.
I have my beautiful beverage from Las Vegas. If you need to gamble, go to Vegas
because they do chicken right. That's a super old KFC slogan.
It is. That's back when it was called Kentucky Fried Chicken. Yeah, but they never referenced that. You know why?
Because it's racist?
No, because why is it racist?
I don't know.
What the hell?
Everything.
Why do you hate the
I
Colonel?
assumed maybe it was like somehow being described as racist these days.
No,
I don't
it's
know.
the fried part. They don't want to.
Oh, they don't want to highlight the fried.
Ping on the fried because it's out of favor.
Oh,
that's why it's KFC. They did a really nice
but that's
rotisserie.
Like totally what you want at KFC is fried chicken.
Well, yeah, but you can't say that anymore. They did a really nice rotisserie baked chicken for a while. It was really good, but yeah, they gave up on that. I don't know why.
Probably because it didn't sell because people were going there for
and
fried chicken.
I'll tell you what the worst damn thing is. The worst thing in the world is when you order your chicken and you get home and you bust it open, which just happened to me recently, and they gave me crispy instead of original recipe.
Goddamn savages.
And I wanted to cry. Now, 3 of the pieces... I'm going way off here since we're in 3 cigars we smoked this week.
I was going to say, we have totally lost track of the 3 cigars we smoked this week.
But I get home, I get my 3 pieces, and 2 of them are extra crispy, and I just cringe because I don't want extra crispy. I want original. I like original.
Crispy,
but when you order something, you want what you order.
No, it is true. It's true. It's true.
But I had 1 chicken leg that was original, so I saved it till last, and our dog, Bennett, took off on us. Jumped the gate and took off. So I went running after him, and I turn around just in time to see
the cat
Lucy.
Lucy. Lucy had your chicken leg.
My little long-haired chihuahua had climbed up in my chair, snatched my chicken leg, and pounded it down. In the time it took me to see she was doing it, turn around, and come back. So I didn't even get my 1 piece of original that day. It was a bad day.
Dogs aren't supposed to have chicken bones.
I know that.
Did you let her have it as comeuppance for stealing it?
No, it was gone before I got back. She ate it. I think she swallowed the damn bone whole.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, anyway. So it was a whole thing. So 3 cigars we smoked and enjoyed this week.
I was just about to make a really bad joke.
Why would you sexualize my dog, of all things?
Trey Mac does.
Oh, that's right. Not my dog, but
she's
dogs.
She's a good girl. Anyway. All right, so yeah, it's time for 3 cigars.
Trey, I apologize for that, because that's actually really out of context, but yeah. No. Anyway,
what's your first one?
Trey's sitting in his house right now going, what the fuck?
I just got attacked.
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
Didn't even see it coming. So, okay, so...
That's true. I guess that did kind of, imply that, Trey's having sex with dogs.
Trey's not having sex
Trey's
with dogs.
Not having sex
That's
with
not
dogs.
how that story goes at all.
He contends that lots of women are, but...
Why would you say that on the air?
Because he does. I think he's talked about it on the air, hasn't he?
We cut it out of the episode.
Did we?
I think so.
I don't think so.
We got a lot out of that episode.
We did.
At a Broccoli's
There were
place.
various crimes admitted
Yes,
to that we figured it probably is safe to like cut out. You know?
Yeah, we weren't sure on the statute of limitations on some things. So anyway, people come on our show and confess a lot of like.
Yeah, they
crimes.
actually like do. They come on and confess crimes, and it's like, guys, you probably shouldn't put this out. Like we put this out for lots of people to listen to.
It's true.
Maybe don't. I mean, I don't confess crimes on this show.
I don't either, but I was trying to get Ray Liotta to come on the show.
You son of a bitch! That one down too.
I'd reached out.
You know, god damn it, Jeff. I liked Ray Liotta.
He was great as Shoeless Joe.
I liked Ray Liotta. Did you know his last movie? I heard this the other day. I haven't verified it, so I don't know if it's true. But from what I'm told, his last movie is about a bear who, like, somehow comes across a massive stash of, like, cocaine and, like, ingests it and goes freaking crazy on the townspeople.
I need to look this up.
I kind of want to see this.
I kind of want to see this, too.
I want to see Bobo the Coked Out Bear. I don't know if that's his name, but I'm just making that.
Bobo the Coked Out Bear.
Bobo
that
the
should be our
Coked
new
Out Bear.
mascot.
Bobo the Coked Out Bear?
You know what, though? The BF Chicken will get really pissed.
I would say he and the BF Chicken are going to have knife fights in the backyard.
My money's on the chicken because he's quick and agile.
Nimble. Yeah. Get around, hit that jugular on that
Yep.
bear. You know.
Climb over his back, start pecking.
Let's be real. That bear gets one good hit in and he's done.
Well, yeah.
You know.
But no, I've for years on Family Guy, I've watched that chicken battle Peter. Mm-hmm. Until the chicken got cancer and Peter went to visit him in the hospital. That was kind
That
of
was really
depressing.
sweet,
Yeah.
actually. I mean, not that he got cancer, but, you know, it's nice that Peter could respect his enemy.
It was. Yeah.
3 cigars we smoked and enjoyed this week.
I'm
You
going to
wanna
go. My first one is the one I've got in my hand from Indio Cigar Company in Charleston. I really, really like his cigars. Like I said, they can be a little bit of a nicotine bomb, at least for me, but, you know, maybe I'm just a lightweight. But anyway.
Okay.
But he rolls them himself there, and, you know, we've highlighted him on the show a little bit here. Great place. I'm getting no sponsorship or anything for it. I just really like the guy. And, you know, small businesses are struggling, man. There's unforeseen dangers. I'll just put it that way. In any kind
I
of
guess
small
we're not allowed
business.
to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't want to go into it.
Probably shouldn't.
Yeah. But there's unforeseen dangers in running a small business that you would never think of, but some jackass in California maybe files a suit about something stupid. Anyway.
Everybody should really reach out to if you're a small business owner, reach out to your web guy.
Yeah.
Talk to him about your website.
Yeah.
Make sure it's
Compliant.
compliant in all ways,
Yes.
shapes, and forms. Even ones that you wouldn't even consider.
Never.
But
in a million years.
But they, as the person you're hiring to make your website, should be aware of. Anyway.
Hold on. 88.
Anyway. So my first
Compliant.
one is one that I smoked over at Dan's place the other day. It is the Fiat Lux.
Ooh, good cigar.
Love the Fiat
Good
Lux
cigar.
from our friends over there at Ace Prime and Luciano and everybody. I mean, it's a fantastic cigar. Fiat Lux, I love it so much. I pick it up when I'm at Riverman, and it was how I started my day on Friday.
Okay, then.
Yep.
I talk about this a lot. You know, with JC Newman, we like the company. We have lots of opportunities for you to sponsor us, by the way. But I had a Perla Del Mar shade, and though it's hard to beat that cigar for me. It's one of my top 5.
Hey, listeners, I want somebody with the time and inclination to do this.
Oh God!
And you guys, you can be, you know, just goofy enough that one of you is going to do it.
Which way are you going here?
I want somebody to go back over all of the past 3 cigars that we smoked this week.
For a couple of years now?
We haven't been doing it for a couple of years.
Maybe a year?
Maybe a year. But go back over all of the past 3 cigars we smoked and enjoyed this week. And just keep a tally.
Yeah, I circle back
of
on
how
cigars.
many different cigars I bring up and how many different cigars Jeff brings up.
Do you know why? Because I like what I like.
Well, I get that. But, like, you know,
it's not 3 different cigars that we smoked and
think
enjoyed
that
this
you
week.
would
It's just 3 cigars we smoked and enjoyed this week.
branch out just a little bit. Just a little bit. Not that I'm shitting on the Perla
I mean,
Cherry.
I
It's a good cigar.
brought up Linga a couple episodes back.
You did.
I mean,
you did. Every once in a while,
cigar,
you throw in something different.
But I like what I like.
You know, I'm just saying, maybe, just maybe.
I like what I like.
Mix it up. Just mix it up.
Okay.
Variety's the spice
You know
of
what?
life.
I'll mix it up on the next one then.
Okay. Variety's the spice of life.
Okay. The next one gets mixed up.
Okay, fine. Which means you're going to put Perla Del Mar at third place instead of second place or something like that, right?
I meant the next cigar I bring up. I got one more coming.
Oh, that's true. Well, my second one is the A-Tail Black. I smoked that while I was driving. And
We've never done that on the show before.
We've done it on the show.
Anyway,
I haven't brought it up here, I don't believe, in a little while.
It's a good cigar, though.
Think. Maybe I have.
A little meaty for me, but a good cigar.
I smoked that while I was delivering papers on Wednesday, and it was good. I liked it.
Okay, I'll mix things up a little bit. Had an Aladino Cameron.
For fuck's sake.
It's our studio sponsor, Jerry Tobacco, Aladino Mobile Studios.
I get that, but
Here on the deck.
Oh my God.
I love that cigar.
It's a good cigar. I'm not shitting on the cigar. I think it's a fabulous cigar.
Why would
In
you
fact,
crap on our
if
sponsor?
I had one, I
First
would
Trey
smoke
Mac and the dog, and now this.
would have one next. I mean, no, come on now. The dog situation, you know exactly what I was getting at there.
Yeah, but you said it really janky.
I did kind of mess up the way I said that, but whatever.
You
Anyway.
implied something that isn't there.
But
Trey's a lot of things, but he's not fucking dogs.
I didn't say he's fucking dogs.
He kind of alluded.
I did not say he's
Sorry,
fucking
Trey.
dogs.
I had your back, Trey.
Trey is not fucking dogs.
That we know of.
He's got a device.
Anyway, your third cigar for the week. What the fuck?
The third cigar of the week is the Don Pepin Garcia Original. And
Ooh, good stick. I should have thought of that one.
that one I smoked sitting out in the driveway on Saturday night, sitting out in the driveway talking with my dad. What did he smoke? I don't remember.
I was just going to ask you.
He grabbed
yeah.
something out of his humidor. I feel like he might have grabbed a Tobacco Especial because he was down to 3 cigars in his humidor. I brought him
Wait a minute. What?
Yeah, I brought him a Yagua the last time I was in town, and that was one of them. And he said he wanted to wait and save that. So
How big is his humidor?
It's a little desktop, maybe
But 25, 30?
count. I told him, I said,
You got to keep that thing filled.
that's what I told him. And I said, it's like a refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
You got to keep it filled. It runs better and everything. So he said, he's like, yeah, I need to order some. In fact, he's looking for a really good, like budget bundle cigar, something to kind of like just, have on hand cheap that he can
Riverman's
smoke
got
and
the
whatnot.
Tatiscan.
And
He's got that, what's that new one? The one, is it,
the LFD roller school, and I was telling him about those and everything. So I may have
he's also got those, he's got Alec Bradley, doesn't he?
I may have to touch base with Dan about a care package to send out to Indianapolis.
Yeah, just something to fill
just
up the humidor.
something that he can have like a variety of different ones. He can smoke them all, figure out which one he likes and everything, and then he can order appropriately. But I think it was a Tobacco Especial that he'd had. And so he smoked that. I had the Don Pepin, original. And we just sat out. It was a gorgeous evening. We sat outside. We saw a little satellite going by.
Yeah.
And
I taught you how to find those, didn't I?
well, he found it, and then he, showed it to me. Well, then later we saw the International Space Station go by.
Oh, that's cool.
Because it was bigger and brighter, and it was going like a different. And so we're like, oh, that's cool, So we were watching that. We ended up talking about some space stuff, and I was telling him about the Voyager 1 probe stuff that you and I had talked about previously. Here's something that he told me, and then I thought this was really interesting. NASA has found that apparently sound on Mars moves at 2 different speeds. So, like,
that's different.
Really, really high pitched noise. And they let me explain how they discovered this. So they have their rover.
Yeah.
But on their rover, they have like a little mini helicopter thing that they can fly and like a drone.
Yeah.
Well, the whine from the rotors of the drone.
Yeah.
It came back. It registered at the normal speed of sound or normal speed of sound for Earth. But then the low rumble of the rover as it was driving over the terrain actually registered slightly slower than
Interesting.
the rotors. And so what they're thinking is that it's going to cause communication issues on Mars because depending upon the pitch of your voice, you may hear delayed versus somebody with a high pitched voice. You might hear at normal speed.
See,
See what I mean?
I thought where you were going is like in the rover's downtime, like when he's off his shift, he's got a harmonica he's playing or something.
No.
That's kind of where I thought you were headed.
No.
I mean, it's not feasible to take a drum set, but you can always pocket a harmonica.
But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, little mouth harp.
I just think it's really interesting.
Yeah.
Science.
Science.
NASA doesn't do a good job marketing itself.
No, they never have, because there's really cool stuff that goes on.
And people are interested in it.
Yes.
Like the whole lunar eclipse from the other week, God, remember all the...
I kept waiting for the Tesla logo to pop up on the moon.
And if you remember, like, all of the, like hubbub around the solar eclipse, like, a handful of years ago.
We got another one coming up.
But my point is, people, like, went nuts for that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a big deal. And this is cool shit.
Astronomy.
And people, like... Even if you're not into science, even if you don't understand it, even if whatever, you're still fascinated by it. It's the heavens.
Oh,
and
dude,
everything.
I grew up in the space shuttle era. I know.
I think NASA, they do such a horrible job marketing themselves. And in all fairness, our stupid politicians do a really good job of hamstringing them and tying their hand behind their back. And, in all fairness, we should totally be investing more into that kind of stuff than whatever stupid bullshit we're investing into. I mean, it would be...
Oh, my God, you're going political.
It would be
Did
fun.
you ever do your third cigar? Are we done?
The Don Pepin.
Did we wrap that up?
Yeah, we wrapped that up.
Is there outro music?
No.
Or we just stop
We just
talking
kind
about
of
it? Okay, move on.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll move on.
You'd think I'd know after 3 years of this.
You know what would be a really fun exercise? And I say this...
Squat thrusts?
To be honest, it might be just mind-numbingly dull and extraordinarily
Maybe some
difficult
lunges?
to pull off. But
also would be difficult to pull off lunges.
getting the federal budget and looking at what bullshit we're investing in
Oh, dude.
versus what we should
It
be
would make
investing
you
in.
so mad.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be kind of interesting to know. Like, are we studying the mating habits of homosexual dolphins versus investing
Feeding the homeless
more
or something?
in Mars exploration? Well, don't even get me started on the fact that we live in the most prosperous nation in the world, despite how effed up our finances are.
Mm-hmm.
We live in the most prosperous nation in the world. There's no excuse whatsoever for any one of our citizens, no matter how overpopulated somebody may argue our country is, which it's not, but that's neither here nor there, that there's no excuse for anybody to be going hungry.
No.
I mean,
especially babies.
We waste more food. Well, that I see where you're going with that. We waste more food in this country than...
Did you hear?
It's a travesty.
The whole thing with the baby food shortage.
Now we're going there.
Now, I read this, and okay, you can't believe everything you read on the internet, but it was an actual story, so I'm hoping it was true. But actually, I'm hoping it's not true, but I'm afraid it is. That the whole thing was caused by somebody not getting an email. And that's why that the baby food factory was left shut down as long as it did.
What?
Yeah. Some email from, whatever government department didn't get to some other government department, and they haven't reopened the baby food factory because of that. It's just insanity. Fucking insanity.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at the beginning of COVID, it's my understanding, I don't know how true it is there either, going to put the little asterisk caveat.
Okay.
It's my understanding that the toilet paper shortage was the result of a couple of Costco's where the general manager or whatever and it's not just one specific store, but it was only a couple.
Yeah.
These guys screwed up their ordering on toilet paper, and they missed the deadline to get that week's shipment in. So
and that panicked everyone.
So they would have had plenty next week, but they were short that specific week.
Yeah.
So what happened was then COVID hit. Everything started getting shut down. People ran to the store. Toilet paper sold out at those Costco's. some people started
causing a panic.
People started hitting social media, going to Twitter, going to
Yeah.
Facebook, saying, "Oh my God, Costco's running out of toilet paper." And next thing you know, everybody's running to Costco to get toilet paper or wherever to get toilet paper because they're freaking out, and that caused the run. People had plenty of toilet paper; they were just sitting and hoarding it, and then as soon as it would come in, it would shortage again.
Yep.
And so, yeah, it was
Well, and here's the jacked up part.
sheeple.
I grew up on a farm, okay?
Mm-hmm.
If I got to use corn shucks, I'm going to do that. If I've got a
Well, you bidet,
beautiful.
so whatever.
I have a beautiful oak tree right there with giant leaves on it.
You bidet, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying
Now, by the way, speaking of bideting, I did talk with Eric Espinoza, who I need to
you talked
text.
with Eric Espinoza about me bideting.
Well, we talked about the show, and, that came up. And,
And that came up.
and I said that you're a big fan of bideting, and he's like, oh, yeah, bideting's fine. He's like, but you still need toilet paper, because you got to wipe and make sure you got it all.
Well, yeah, you want to.
It's that cleanliness spot check.
Well, no, okay, that's backwards. You wipe down as best you can, and then bidet to clean up the residue. Because if you're just wiping with paper, there's residue. By the way, I want to point out for anybody not watching on the YouTubes, I have switched over to my pipe now with the nub of my cigar because I was burning my fingers. This is a great way to get an extra couple of 5-10 minutes out of your cigar.
I am down to the final third on my cigar.
You don't have a pipe.
I do not have a pipe. It's gotten a little more spicy as the cigar has progressed along.
I'm sure the pipe people are screaming at me right now if they're watching this.
Maybe.
But I
Probably
like
the fact that you just let that thing sit outside, just, unprotected and in whatever God knows
it's in my ashtray.
That doesn't mean it's protected
Well,
from
it's in
the
my
elements.
ashtray.
But anyway.
There's
I'm
a
down.
zone. It's like the table at a restaurant during COVID. There's a zone of protection there. You can take your mask off,
Okay.
but you
Yeah,
can't get up
I'm
and walk to the bathroom without it
But
because that's
I'm
where you're going to
down
catch
to the
it.
final third of the cigar. It's gotten spicier as
Yeah.
it's progressed. The final third is kind of spicy.
Good stick though.
It is good.
Yeah.
It's good. So do you have a joke for this week?
Oh shit!
I mean,
Bear with me.
it always circles around on Tuesdays. You always are supposed to have a joke. Is this why you can't be trusted?
There's lots of reasons I can't be trusted.
I mean, you can't even pull off just a simple joke.
Oh my going. We're going to parade.com.
Dear God. I'm glad I have one in reserve.
Okay, good. Which bear is the most condescending bear?
Tasty beverage from KFC? I don't know.
The panda.
All right. Well, here's
Well,
mine.
Hey, what's brown and sticky? Speaking of bidet,
Oh, God.
a stick.
I'm not even going to give that a that's no. So the elderly wife in church turns to her husband and said, I just done a silent fart. What should I do? He looks at her and says, change the batteries in your hearing aid.
I like that.
Well, that was not the right thing, and it was extraordinarily loud, and I'm deaf now.
I have my own.
There we go. I just
I have
totally...
my own DJ air horn.
You know what's
can
funny?
Download the
No.
app.
Now, you know what's funny about me doing the DJ air horn just then? Mind you, by accident. But you know what's funny about that?
Tickled myself into a cough.
I'm gonna wait until you stop drinking.
Okay.
You know what's... You gonna fix your microphone?
Yes.
You know what's funny
Yes.
about me doing that?
What's that?
I just caused at least 3 car accidents when people jerk their wheel because they listen to that.
Don't
oh shit!
admit that. We don't want the liability. That didn't happen.
It's not my fault, but
It kind of was.
But it wasn't my fault. I hit the wrong button. But yeah,
I got one more. You ready?
Oh God!
So why are elevator jokes so classic and good?
I don't know.
They work on many levels.
All right, I'm done with this bullshit. Yeah, whatever. Here,
You get that? The floors, the levels.
I'm done.
See what
with
I did
this.
there?
This would normally be the time that I give some information about My Monthly Cigars, but I've hired that out this week, so take it away.
My Monthly Cigars is a premium cigar subscription service. It comes in a variety of different size boxes at affordable prices. Use offer code PULPIT and get free shipping on your first box and 20% off any items in the online store at mymonthlycigars.com.
That's offer code PULPIT. Thanks.
He also has fucking good coffee.
He does have fucking good coffee.
Yep. Get yourself some Daily Press.
There you go. Anyway.
Anywho. Well, dude, it's been a show, man. How do folks reach out to us on the socials?
We're on Instagram at The Cigar Pulpit, as well as at Naked Gator, Nekkid Gator.
It's my page.
We're on Facebook, where we have the Cigar Pulpit Parishioners group, and there has been a lot of activity in there this week. It's been nice. You guys have been... You stepped up there.
If you're not on it, you're missing out.
Stepped up there. Totally shanked the Ask the Boys hotline, but you stepped up there. So that's good. It's good. We're on Twitter. Still waiting to see if Elon Musk is buying that and if I'm going to be doing anything with it.
Yep.
We're on YouTube for at least as long as they allow us to be. And
are we on the MeWe or Parler?
I'm personally on MeWe. I haven't done anything. No, I'm not on Parler. Oh, man. My cup blew over.
It's windy.
Yeah, it is windy.
You can hear it picking up.
We aren't on anything else just yet. I'm still waiting. I'm still seeing what's going on.
Guys, sign up for the email newsletter because when we get banned from all the socials, which is happening to a lot of cigar platforms.
We're going to need it.
Yeah. You want a way we can reach out to you. So.
Yeah, so go on over to cigarpulpit.com and do that. And then while you're at it, we really could use some phone calls on the Ask the Boys line.
You're so whiny about it.
Area code 863-874-0000. I have your ash on my arm.
Sorry.
It's okay.
It's windy.
It is windy.
Actually, it was blowing out of the ashtray. I watched it.
Anyway.
Well, guys, thanks for tuning in.
Oh, last retro hill was
harsh.
Oh, yeah.
Did it leave a mark?
It didn't leave a mark.
You know what? I'm going to try one. I haven't done one in a while.
It's hitting the gut. Yeah, it's a strong retro hail. Strong retro hail.
Ooh, very peppery.
Yeah.
That ramped up.
Yeah, definitely ramped up.
Again, we're smoking cigars from Indio Cigar Company in Charleston, Illinois. You got to go there to get them or hire him to come to your event.
There you go.
You know, if you're in the Midwest, I mean, he'll travel. You just, you're going to have to pay for it. But,
yeah.
Cover the hotel and whatnot.
It'd be nice.
Yeah. But he does just roll some mean sticks and does it all right there. And like you said, to our knowledge, he's the only actual cigar manufacturer in Illinois.
It is.
To our knowledge.
Yeah. Well, not manufacturer, because there's some brands based out of Chicago.
No, but
he's the only factory. He's the only place that's actually rolling cigars that I'm aware of in Illinois.
Okay.
So, we had semantics. We got to be specific.
Yeah. Tomato.
I don't want some of these guys, because Christoph is based out of Chicago.
Yeah.
Black Star
Line.
Yep. They're based out of Chicago. I don't know anybody else that is. I don't know why anybody would want to be based out of Chicago, but that's just me.
God, it's a war zone.
But anyway, yeah.
I'll tell you what Lightfoot's done to that. Anyway, I'm going to shut up about politics.
We don't need to get into all that.
Yeah.
So,
she's running again. Yeah. Anyway.
Anything else we need to get to?
Thanks, Beetlejuice. No, I think we covered it all.
Have we covered it all?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, we're done here.
All right, well, guys, this has been another sermon.
You always let it flounder right at the end.
From the Cigar Pulpit. I'm Nick.
I'm Gator.
Everybody stay safe and stay smoky.
You know, one of these days I'm going to switch the music and not tell you. I'm just going to get your phone.
I'd like to see that.
I'm going to make it stretch out for like 7 minutes. So we just sit here stare.
That song
stare.
actually is a very long song. that I found a point in it and cut it off at that point. But like it goes, and it's like, you know, all these drums and everything else.
You should mix it up. Just
I
to
mean, it
have a little fun.
It is actually a very long song, so I could do that.
There you go.
I don't want to.
No.
No,
It would be funny once.
It would be funny.
It'd be obnoxious more than that.
It would be very obnoxious. But anyway.
Thanks, guys.
Later, guys.